Hello from sunny Austin, Texas, where Stylus is at this year's South by Southwest Festival. I'm Christian Ward, Head of Multimedia, and I've been here recording interviews with a host of startups and brands that are pushing the boundaries in industries like retail, fashion, tech, and product design. First up, we hear from Raja Haddad, Vice President of Product Marketing at Spatial. Spatial is an extended reality company specializing in immersive audio. At South by, Spatial showcased this audio experience in a specially designed holodeck, where visitors were transported via sound to the beach, the ocean floor, and even into outer space. Here's Raja with more.
We're a software company that is trying to create the next standard of immersive experiences. And we started with sound. And for us, it's really important because we do believe sound is actually the most underutilized sense in creating human experiences. And you see that everywhere. We've learned over the years to design visually everything beautifully. And we've learned to design architecturally in a very beautiful and user-centric way. Once you start noticing the sound in the experiences that you have, you're like, we can do better. We're a software platform. We have a creation tool that is Spatial Studio. And that's, imagine a 3D engine and design engine and tool. So the equivalent for the visual world or the gaming world would be Unreal or Unity. And you have your XYZ axis and you take sound objects that can be anything, and you put them in the space and you tell them what to do and you design around that. And that can include motion, it includes distance effect, it includes entropy, randomness, all that. And once you start realizing what that tool enables you to do, then you realize that you can envelop people with sound instead of just shooting it at them. So that's Spatial Studio. The next part of our software is how do you get into real spaces? And so that's what we call Spatial Reality. And Reality is our performance engine, and it's a real-time performance engine. It runs on a simple Mac Mini. It connects to any kind of hardware audio equipment that you have. And so once it's connected to that, it takes those soundscapes that we've created, or that, as of last week, anyone in the world can create, and then it renders it in real time for the space itself and the speaker configuration. And so that's how we do this full immersion. And we use the real physics of sound to actually do that. So we're trying to recreate what reality sounds like in a place where you cannot bring reality in. And so imagine a hospital waiting room, or a retail store, or a hotel, or a theme park, or any of these spaces. It's not easy to always have the sound of a beautiful beach, in all these environments in a realistic way. And the brain is smart. The brain knows when something is fake. And so that's why getting that realistic impact is really, really important for us, because once you have that, then the technology goes away and the impact is the hero.
I spoke with a lot of companies creating tools and products to help consumers and brands better navigate the nascent metaverse. One of the most interesting products came from Qualcomm, AI-designed avatars. Here's Qualcomm's Fred Kim with more.
Qualcomm is one of the largest semiconductor companies in the world, and our mobile processor is called Snapdragon. And we're featuring here today the ability to create an AI-generated avatar using Snapdragon for the metaverse. So this activation is called My Metaverse Style, and we are doing a facial scan to detect your gender, your facial features, etc., and generating an avatar in the cloud. So we're taking advantage of the high speeds of 5G enabled by Snapdragon, as well as the processing power in the cloud to create these sophisticated avatars. So in this case, we are the ticket to the metaverse, where you're creating an avatar that can eventually be ported or taken into the metaverse. And we're doing some customization with your hairstyle, your clothing, the environment that you're in, the accessories that you're carrying. But certainly in the future, it could be an endless number of possibilities that customize your avatar.
Perfect. Perfect. French good.
I'm not scientist.
Your alter ego can be whatever you want to be.
So I'm outside the Austin Convention Center, and this is where the South by Southwest Expo is located. And this is a vast hall where brands, startups, entrepreneurs showcase their latest innovations in industries such as fashion, retail, gaming, product design, and more. So let's take a look.
Noah Rothstein. I'm Director of Operations for Proto. It's a live hologram communication device, so you can beam in real time. Whoever's standing in front of the box, the camera sees them, and then you appear as your hologram self, and you can talk and interact to one audience or as many audiences in different locations. So you can be in your living room and essentially beam into London, Japan, Tokyo, the whole deal, and or you can display objects like clothing in retail and provide kind of a showcase that appears volumetric and inside the box. So we assemble, we can give you the kit. All of it is just standard off the shelf 4K camera, one light, one white backdrop. Right now, we actually just came out with a cell phone app, which allows you to create and beam in from just your cell phone. So yeah, it's pretty simple, because part of the beauty of Proto is that anyone can create their own content, and one camera, but you still appear volumetric. So the app's out there. It's still in beta. We're not fully tested yet, but we should be out in the next month or two with it being fully functional to beam in. Then you can either have the big one, or we just came out with the M, which is the mini that's meant to go in everyone's home so they can beam and say hello to grandma.
For those who want to be wowed by real, not just virtual experiences, then start saving up now to buy a ticket on Worldview Enterprises' Space Balloon Trip. I spoke to the company's president of tourism and exploration, Dale Hipsch.
So what we are at Worldview Space is we are looking to inspire transformative experiences by using our stratospheric balloon as an opportunity for our explorers to have the overview effect. And we'll be going up in 2024, and our seats are $50,000. So a 5-hour, 6-hour journey, we could stay up as much as 12, depending on which celestial events we may want to observe. But at 6 hours for $50,000, price per minute, by far the cheapest solution for taking you into space. We're very excited to be launching in 2024.
The continued mainstreaming of virtual reality was also a big theme this year.
My name's Alan Jones, and I'm the CEO of Phenomena, and we build virtual reality arenas, as you can see behind me. Basically, you can have people competing against one another, so up to 8 players in a space of 6 by 6 meters, all the way up to 10 by 10 meters. You're using HTC Vive Focus, so everything is untethered, you're not plugged in, and you can move around in time and space just like the Matrix.
While many of the VR startups at the event were in the gaming and entertainment spaces, I spoke to one company using the technology to help healthcare practitioners. Here's Mariko Fujimoto from Japanese VR company Jolly Good.
We are a VR company providing a VR clinical trainings currently operating in Japan. And we are actually the top provider of this type of medical VR services, and over 2,000 hospitals have already implemented this system in Japan. Ever since the pandemic, it's even more difficult for medical students and trainees to actually go to hospitals and watch surgeries. And then even if you do, it is really difficult to actually see what the surgeon is doing, because those students have to sit in the back of the room. So with this system, basically you can see the surgical steps from the point of view of the surgeon. So you can see what it really is like, you can experience it.
I'm CEO of ZozoNext right now, and ZozoNext is a subsidiary company doing all R&D for a company called Zozo. Zozo is running an e-commerce platform called ZozoTown, which is the biggest e-commerce platform in Japan right now. And it's like we're just trying to showcase a lot of R&Ds around the fashion. And for example, like measurement technologies, it's really accurate. You wear or use those mats and scan with your smartphone, then it's going to be like 1 or 2 millimeters difference from the actual, and we can create a 3D models based on this. So we can use those data to recommend your size, basically. For example, we tried with Bulgari for the rings, where you can measure your hands 3D, and we can basically recommend them, oh, this is your ring size if you want to buy that kind of stuff. Right? Like shoes as well, like Nike, Adidas, and ASICS. Those guys have different sizes, right? Like, oh, width is different, like length is different slightly. So with 3D modeling, we can recommend best fit shoes for you as well on an e-commerce platform. Then using those data, right? Like as I said, like ZozoTown is kind of big e-commerce platform for fashion. Those are like based on the millions of customers. We use those body data and create your kind of photorealistic avatar. It's like prototyping, but we want just basically create tools for customers to basically enjoy in different ways of like fashion. So fashion, when people say fashion, it tends to be just like a clothes, apparel. But again, like NFTs or metaverse or virtual clothes, those are like kind of fashion as well. So if it could make easy for customers to access digital world, then that could be inspirational as well. So we want more opportunities for customers to express themselves through the fashion in digital as well.